up on all that is happening around the Nigerian news fair this morning. Join us live on YouTube at High Voltage News. Okay, do that now. Please like, subscribe, and share, and you'll be helping us get to a wider network. Also, it's important if you help us gather what we like to refer to as general feedback of what's happening. Let's be able to know what's happening, how you're feeling and how you're adjusting to the things that are happening. How are you coping? What's your thoughts on the things that are happening? How do you feel? Are you amongst the group of Nigerians who are very worried at this time about what's happening, in the country? Are you one of the people who are bothered that, things are not exactly working in the favor of the people? Are you one of the skeptic Nigerians who believe that your theories might be right? Because over the years, a lot of Nigerians' theories about the way this place is being run has been proven right by the actions and activities of the ruling class, and most actions of the Nigerian general public ourselves. Most of us are disappointed with the way that society have structured so many things. So we stay complaining about the consequences of a foundation that is obviously very faulty. And that foundation has led us to where we are now. Because like they say, when the water becomes bad or becomes, troubled from the very bank of it, from the very beginning of it, it's generally bad. It's the bad fish syndrome. When the fish spawns from the head, it's absolutely useless. There's nothing that you can do with it. And a lot of people believe that that's where we probably may have found ourselves, in a place where your human rights, your ability to participate in your supposed democracy is being very quickly chipped away from you as the day go by. And it's very worrisome. As a Nigerian, you begin to wonder if, someone is eventually going to break the jinx one day and pull us all out of, what we are experiencing right now. Because to most of us, we believe that life could get better for the average Nigerian on the street. We believe that, you know, the less privileged people in our society can be catered for, especially a country that is uh, obviously so rich like Nigeria. We seem to be rich because the amount of monies we are told are embezzled in this country on a daily basis, misappropriated, misused, all kinds of things are done with money around here. And if those monies were, for instance, channeled to some of the very uh, basic problems that most Nigerians have, you'd realize that we'll have an environment that is a lot more conducive for the people who dwell in them. But again, you begin to wonder if there's a reason why, a lot of effort is put into taking away from the people whatever privilege that they might seem to have. These are the things that we are worried about, because every morning we gather here on this channel and then we talk about the recent developments, especially in our country. They keep coming in by the hour. They're coming in by the hour. So continuously uh, you have a repeat of events, and they are repeating because nobody actually takes note to uh, tackle these events. There are no consequences, nobody pays for anything. We're practically giving everybody a leverage to explore whatever it is they can achieve at the time. So we're giving everybody a chance to participate. The Yahoo Boy or whatever it is, the fraudsters, they make their illegal money, their fraudulent money, and then they realize that they need to take out some quote for the
security agencies that might eventually get hands of what they've done. So they realize that if I, give them their part of the deal, everybody's fine. So are we really encouraging the fraudster to stop? When we catch politicians who have embezzled, national assets, national resources, what do we do with them? We take a percentage of what they've made and then we send them on their merry way. So people can steal from their communities, steal from their constituents, take from their states, abuse their nation, steal from their nation, and retire with the station still sustaining it and paying it, paying them salaries and taking care of their, needs. The House of Representatives is raising an argument that the 5,000 naira they had $5,000 that they had received during the House of the River State declaration of emergency by the presidency. They said the $5,000 they received were part of their Ramadan celebration gift. It just was some bogus explanation for it. You keep wondering, why are these things out in public even? If people are going to do things like this, why do we even have to hear about it? And one of my analysts will say that when the people become afraid, when politicians or leaders or people of power become afraid of stop being afraid of the people, then there's something obviously wrong. Some of the headlines that we get to see off of our news space as a nation shouldn't actually be out there in the public. But the fact that all courtesy has been removed and it's all out there in the public, it's all out there in the open, it means that the regular regards and restrictions have been pulled away from the system. And it's not necessarily in our advantage if you do look at it. But don't say that you do anything, because here we are on the Daily Post this morning. The first thing on the news from the Daily Post this particular morning is River State. River State is the recent development in Nigeria, which is pointing across all sectors. River State is a wider indication about our position as a nation and as a people, and it continues to unfold as the events over there continues to be very interesting, because someone dropped a resignation this morning. The head of service of the River State government house dropped his resignation from office this morning, and Administrator Ibas received the resignation and wished him the best in his future endeavors, of course, thanking him for the few days he has also given to him in service. As just recently he just been in office, barely a week now, so he thanked the River State head of service as he dropped his resignation and he is leaving. A lot of people have argued if this is in solidarity to Governor Simini Alai Fubara, or this is just a decision, or maybe he has been asked to leave. The netizens have a lot to say about it. The theories are out there. People are wondering why he is leaving. Nigerians are asking the questions, trying to figure out why this gentleman is leaving office. Let's even look at the few details about this story. His resignation was announced in a statement on Tuesday, that's this morning, signed by the Chief of Staff to the River State Sole Administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ekwe Ibas. The statement expressed appreciation for Nweke's contributions to the administration of the sole administrator in the few days he has served in office, and wished him success in his future endeavors. In the interim, Dr. Mrs. Iyingi Brown, the Permanent Secretary for Welfare in the Office of the Head of Service, has been appointed in an acting capacity until a substantive head of service is named in the future. While congratulating Brown on her appointment, Ibas reaffirmed his commitment to neutrality, peace, and stability in River State. Okay, so a lot of details have not been given as to why the former head of service has now resigned. Mr. Nweke has resigned from office this morning, but, you know, we're still, everybody is trying to figure out why he probably is leaving. A fuel price, Naira for crude. Dangote refinery blackmailing Nigerian government and marketers, says depot owners. Okay, so Dangote refinery is blackmailing Nigerian government and marketers, says depot owners. All right, you're not telling us any details about this, and this time around, Dangote isn't even saying much himself, so we don't know what's really going on. We're just hoping that you people probably would come to some sort of arrangement so that you don't actually carry on with the price increase. So far, you try to sort things out. All right. News for core members in Nigeria. You are to get the backlog of your delayed 77,000 naira allowance, says Nigerian government. At this point, we are just, you know, we're tired of hearing it and saying it, because I don't know how to. Okay, so I'm going to just read out a couple of the details, because I know some of you are just about getting into camp. Some of you are trying to settle down in camp. Some of you are ranting on social media, the 30-day rant challenge, you know, instigated by the NYSC and the experience of the Nigerian youth. It's sad. If you've been on the internet, if you've checked out the 30-day rant challenge on the internet, if you've seen what Nigerian young people have to say about what their eyes have seen in the country, you too would understand where they are coming from. And if you also passed through the NYSC, you probably have first-hand experience of what they are talking about. So whatever it is you may have seen, maybe perhaps 5 years ago, double down and then double that again is probably what it feels like for these young people, and they are crying out on social media. And I guess in response to their outcry, the federal government has now promised to pay the backlog of the new 77,000 naira monthly allowance to members of the National Youth Service Corps, the NYSC, after several months of delay. Recall that the federal government increased corps members' allowance from 33,000 naira to 77,000 naira in September 2024. September. You do the math. All right. So despite repeated promises, I have been saying it too, okay, and backlash, the new allowance structure is yet to be implemented. However, 7 corps members and those in the scheme, when the increment was announced in September 2024, will receive a backdated payment. The Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, gave this assurance in an interview. Right? He said, you saw the new DG today saying that you will get it. This is him addressing youth coppers in Lagos. And they are asking him a question. What about those that are going out now? Because some people are passing out now. And he says they are going to receive it backlogged. He says, we have all of your details. Well, the conversation on social media is that we are hoping that this is not one of those empty promises that the government has been known to make in the past, because it will be heartbreaking to make this promise to these young people who are really struggling in this economy to settle down, young people who it's difficult for them to even imagine their future, you know, looking at the way things are going. Young people who are grappling with unemployment, grappling with a lot of social denial. You've denied them so many things. Young people in Nigeria are the most heartbroken, are the most disappointed in all that is happening, despite no one is paying them a lot of attention. It would be a sad thing if the government goes ahead to break this promise one more time. Okay, it's not looking good for everybody involved, not the NYSC, not the federal government, not the state government. We're all not looking good. We're not coming out good in this one. All right, let's continue to look at the stories. The alliance to Sahel states must demand reparation from France. You've heard this from last week. They've been hammering on this particular headline. Nigerian students resisted NYSC, says Gowon. Some time ago, if you know about the story, they did. And now they are asking to be at least paid something close to being worth it. You know, it's not worth it, but close to being worth it, so that you can sustain the system you swear that, you know, is needed. You say it's very needed, that they serve 1 year, they serve their country for 1 year. You know, can't you make it worth their while? Isn't it something that's worth looking forward to for young Nigerians? Couldn't it be more empowering? Couldn't it be more exciting for young Nigerians? Couldn't it be something to look forward to? You can structure it in such a way that Nigerian students cannot wait to go through the NYSC. It should be something rewarding for the Nigerian students, but instead, you know the story. You know the story. And we're trying to solve these problems. We're trying to see if the government can pay attention to these problems. But now we're calling them populist policies, and that they mean they don't help government initiatives. This is what we're calling public policies. This is what we're calling people-oriented policy, what it's called in government now. And we're seeing it in real time. We hope that the government continues to do their job, which is really looking at the perspective of the people. All right, River State crisis. Tinubu should call Wike to order. This is coming from Alban Wapa. No retirement. Ndoma Eba vows to stay in politics. All right, Fubara. Nigerian democracy has been knocked down, says former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. All right, 2027 will unseat Tinubu and the APC, says the SDP chairman, Gabam. All right, in Benue State, let's take this one after the other. Okay, so in Benue State, Zone B Tribunal throws out councillorship case over unpaid security costs. And 2027, the North has ditched your 2023 alliance, Ohaneze says to Tinubu. Electricity, Benin Republic and Togo owe Nigeria $88.84 million in debt consumed in the second quarter of 2024, says reports. Naira records first appreciation against the dollar across the black market, says officials in the FX market. All right. Let's see if there are more important things that you might need to know this morning. Okay, the rest of the stories here are worth you. Okay, look at this. EFCC busts Ponzi scheme academy and arrests 133 suspects in Abuja. Let's just take that one more time. EFCC busts Ponzi scheme academy and arrests 133 suspects in Abuja. All right, you have to give it to the security agencies. You really need to thank them for shutting down these adventures. I mean, imagine wanting to take people for a ride, especially in an economy that is this grappling, where people are working hard to stay afloat and other people are doing some very weird things like Ponzi schemes, adulterated beverages, fake drugs, fake beverages, fake everything. You want us to buy fake products with our very hard-earned money? That is just very unfair. That is absolutely not fair. Let's look at the Punch News this morning. Let's see what's important, what we need to know. Dangote Refinery and others may import $1.4 billion crude monthly. This is getting exhausting. All right, Wike's camp dismisses Atiku coalition and woos PDP bigwigs. All right, Obasanjo, Kuka, and others allege Nigeria's democracy is failing. Power generators and fear collapse. Okay, that story is a bit weird. The internet is also not helping me by refreshing this. Look at this. Let's take that again. Power generators fear collapse over 4.7 trillion naira debt. These are, these numbers are very wobbling in the brain. Power generators fear collapse over 4.7 trillion naira debt. Okay, so Benin Republic and Togo is owing us $88.84 million. Okay, can we try to fix this other problem when that money does come in? Or would we ever hear whatever happens to that death when it comes in? These are the problems we have. It's not keeping up with the stories. Sometimes you hear a headline and then you never hear about it again. It just kind of dies off the face of the earth. Anyways, news from the UN, child mortality rate drops globally as funding cuts threaten progress. All right, child mortality rates drop globally as funding cuts threatens progress. Okay, like the USAID subsidies being cut off from healthcare and Medicare around the world. Of course, you're bound to see reports like this: poverty, famine, economic hardship, inflation, countries going under. Yeah, you will begin to hear problems that the world has overcome before in the past, just not very past future, not in the very near past. Problems that the world overcame, like certain outbreaks and certain diseases that the world generally overcame, are returning back to the system because the poverty has been reactivated for some reason. And this is happening all over the world. It's not even just in Africa. The Senate is to approve Tinubu's tax reform bills today. They are to approve the tax reform bills today. The alterations have been made, the adjustments have been made. I guess all the agitating parties have been, subsided. Everybody's okay with the new arrangements, with the new reforms. So they're about to approve that today. And so far, the Senate has not disapproved with any policies just yet. So you are very certain that this is about to take effect as soon as possible. We will be waiting to tell you as soon as it's announced as well. Fake pipeline explosion videos are circulating, Fubara tells the police. We've heard about a third explosion in River State as regards these pipelines, and the sole administrator, Ibis, has also promised that he is doing his very best to keep all of that in control. Don't forget that the River State governor has also denied allegations of being in cahoots with militants who are reconvening to start all of this chaos in River State. The former governor, he said the suspension is set to last 6 months. So I believe he's still a governor for now. Until the presidency probably says otherwise. So he says he has no connections with the assumed and supposed explosions in River State. One side says it's real, one side says it's not real. It's going back and forth. But, these are the developments in River State. You can join us this morning by dropping your comments on YouTube this morning at High Voltage News. I encourage you to subscribe please like and share as well to help us get to a wider network. Also, you can call live into the studio to be a part of the program. You can also send us a text message or a WhatsApp message to be a part of the show this morning. 0706 048 5853. You can also call 0915 08347 to be a part of the show this morning. Remember that when you do call radio stations, especially political programs, remember to keep your comments clean, simple, and civil so that we don't break any rules while we're trying to do the right thing this morning. Okay, so the phone lines are officially open. Drop your comments, your contributions, your analysis on any of the stories that you find interesting this morning. Okay, 5 people have been charged in false allegation against a monarch in Lagos. Okay, the stories in the Punch this morning. Federal government clamps down on fake NIN card producers. Okay, that's the NIN. Turns out there are people who are producing fake cards. Okay, so the federal government is clamping down on fake NIN card producers. I'm thinking that we should probably look into this story and see if there is something that we need to watch out for out there in the streets this morning. The federal government has launched a crackdown on individuals and organizations involved in the unauthorized printing of national identification number cards, that offenders will face legal action. Let me talk to you. Let's have this conversation. Good morning.
Yeah, maybe good morning. How are you?
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm great.
Yeah, the market is coming from anywhere.
You're welcome, my good man.
On the NYSC increment of salary, I think the federal government should perfect it. You cannot quantify the contribution of local members to national development, but they are even the life way of the economy. They are in every facet of the economy, be it in the education sector, industry, they are all there. And sometimes we now leave the burden of blessings of the both money and secondary schools and even charity schools in their hands. So there is for that. Even though there has always been bureaucracy in the increment of government salary.
Okay.
That bureaucracy has been there. I know when I served. To increase it to maybe 200 naira increase was difficult. But it took some time. I don't know why. And that bureaucracy has been there. I think they have to iron it out. So if a hungry man is an angry man, no core member will give his best in the midst of hunger. And you cannot continue like that. The earlier they reconcile it, so these giants can give it their best to the fatherland. And the issue of the resignation of the head of service in Rivers State. Anyway, as a true Democrat, maybe he may not like to work with the government.
Okay.
He may have his own personal reasons for that. But for me, I'm very happy that the PDP governors have gone to Supreme Court to challenge the state of emergency in Rivers State, particularly the suspension of the governor, because it's very, very important for the Supreme Court to interpret that. We cannot sit in the comfort of our home and decide whether that is legally right or wrong. The Supreme Court needs to come in there and interpret that. Just like the issue of cross-carpeting as well, the cross-carpeting of political party holders moving from one party to another party. The whole thing, the constitution is not explicit on it. It says cross-carpet, you use your position, but it still gives some conditions. It gives some conditions of which somebody can cross-carpet. Conditions of maybe a political party pluralized, condition of integrating a political party internal. There are many conditions given for the constitution for somebody to probably cross-carpet. And this is what the Supreme Court can still interpret. And it can just interpret in the comfort of home. That's why the court is here. That's why the Supreme Court is here. So if you maybe decide to cross-carpet, you may lose your seat. Then if I cross-carpet, I may not lose my seat, depending on the condition of which I cross-carpeted. I get what I'm saying?
I'm right here with you.
Good.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you to make a prediction.
The duty of the court to interpret, because that is very complex now. The political party being polarized, even when you have two party leaders, being polarized, even when you have two party secretaries, being polarized, it is the court now that will interpret whether there is clarity in the political party that resulted for somebody to cross carpet. And most politicians capitalize on this to cross on many basis. So this is my own submission, and I'm equally happy that Professor Humphrey Woods, the INEC chairman, has recommended that he's given posthumous award. I don't know why it was not done when he was alive, but it is better done now than never. I want to equally encourage the federal government to give him posthumous award, because you can't talk about June 12 without Professor Humphrey Woods.
Okay.
That's my case.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for joining the program this morning, Dimati. I wanted to ask you a question as regards Rivers State. I wanted you to make a prediction, because I know that you are for the state of emergency. You believe the presidency is in order. You agree with the sole administrator being installed. You agree with all of the steps that are being taken by the government to maintain peace in Rivers State, so to say. Now, I wanted you to make a prediction as to what you think is going to happen after 6 months. Do you think that after the suspension that the presidency will let the governor return back to his position as governor, or do you think that this is over now? Is it over? Is the sole administrator going to continue to run things? And if he continues to run things, is it constitutional? Is it legal? Is he going to run it, and for how long? Are we going back to an electoral process in Rivers State at any point? Good morning to you.
Mavis, there is no crisis in Rivers State.
Okay.
There is no crisis. It's just two people, two personalities having issues. There's no crisis, not even on the party basis.
Well, but they're saying that the governor is, in conspiracy with militants and other groups in Rivers State trying to cause chaos in the state.
That is politics. It's politics. Nothing. See, I told you, if you read the report of Etemi George pipeline explosion, and he said that this thing has not happened once, it has not happened twice, it has been happening. And government have not taken measure to protect those pipelines. Not that it was instigated by anyone, not even Wike or Fubara. These things are vandals. That is the evil work of vandals, and it does not even come from both parties.
Okay, it doesn't even come from
No, it doesn't even come from them. This thing has been happening. It has been happening. So let us not bring it like there is crisis in Rivers State. Not even one. There is no crisis in Rivers State. And what will happen is this: Fubara will beg, he will apologize, and he will be reinstated back. If not, if Fubara does not apologize, maybe I don't know what will happen.
It's an interesting lookout, I want to see if I can pull out Barrister Anya Fulungu tomorrow so that he can come to the studio.
Do you hear what Wike said? Is it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
Which one? He has been
Fubara should join him so that they should go and apologize to Tinubu, the president.
I heard that one, but I thought he was just pulling Fubara's leg. Do you think Fubara would take? Do you think he would take that option?
What they want to bring him to his knees.
Yeah. Oh my God! Why?
That is they want to bring him so that Wike will now assume control. You know what? And if I'm Fubara,
would you take the bait?
It will be a disservice to him if he chooses the path of dishonor.
To Fubara himself.
Yes.
What is the dishonor?
The dishonor in the sense that he has set any condition given to him that is contrary to the wills and caprice of the people. it will be very foolish of
Again,
him.
it brings to question where the people of River State really stand. Are they who because River State has actually remained silent. Do you notice that people in River State are not saying much about what is happening? They have chosen not to interfere in what's going on.
No, they don't want to interfere because two friends are fighting.
Two friends.
Two friends. If you
Two
look
friends are
at
fighting.
if you look at TBK and Wike, the same silence happened. Two people are fighting, and it does not even so much concern the people because all these fights are for interest sake, self-interest. So they don't even want to dodge much on this because at the end of the day, who is the loser? The people are the biggest loser. People are going to itself so powerful that they fight you you that even so
I
it has been
understand.
before okay, there has been a boy, Peter Odell.
So you're saying that this is like a process has been happening, nothing new.
How Peter was much respected in the presidency. You know how he's so much respected. You bring to Amechi during last administration. You see how Amechi was so powerful. Now Wike has come. I think we all give it that to Rivers people. They are the champions of this democracy.
Champions of democracy. Thank you, Justice. Thank you for calling. Good morning to you too as well. Have a lovely day out there. Okay, so you can join me this morning. We have barely 10 minutes before it's over this morning. 0706 048 5853. And this one, what are your predictions for River State? What do you think is going to happen? Because something obviously has to happen in Rivers because there has to be an end to all of this.
Yeah,
Good morning to you.
Yeah, are you there?
I'm here. You're welcome.
Yeah, you asked a question about the statement of the governor.
Yes, please just give us a brief introduction for others who are listening.
Yeah, the massive correct commendable.
You're welcome
I
back.
got that.
Thank
you. Definitely, the governor will be reinstated. Definitely. In fact, River State should even thank God of having such a man as their governor. He'll be reinstated. And let me tell you, the governor is not just another politician. His wealthy influence beyond River State. His influence cut across River State. It is now penetrating into the neighboring states of South, unlike other politicians. So sometimes when you rate great politicians, I don't know how people rate politicians. For me, a great politician should wear the influence beyond his locality, beyond his state, and go beyond even within his geopolitical zone. And Fubara is one of the politicians in the South. He's now wearing influence beyond his state, unlike other politicians. Are you with me?
I'm right here with you.
No great politician can talk with such a man. No, I already have an issue that Fubara is going to be one of the greatest beneficiaries of this sort of emergency.
Yes, you have said that before. You have said that on this platform.
Yeah, it's going to be one of them. If you can look beyond your nose, and sometimes we go by sentiments, we get our emotions, and mind you, we should not be allowing sentiments to be crossed into it. Some people are listening to this program, they are political. We have younger generation listening to this program. They don't have interest in your politics. So you must be very, 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 very pragmatic in what you're analyzing. You should not allow the cake on the table to declare your reasoning in your analysis.
Well, every
younger generation that are listening to the program, they're going to be educated.
Now you see the thing. Now that you have brought in the young people into it, yes, this is how young people feel when they read these headlines. I am a representative of the people. You understand? That's my job. So what I give to you is the people's perspective, and then I let people like you. That's why we've created this platform. I'm not teaching anyone anything. I am receiving it like the people, and I'm asking questions like the people. And most times it's sentiment. politics is
Yeah, yeah.
sentimental. When you tell people not to be sentimental about politics, I find that to be offensive. Politics is sentimental because this is people's lives we're talking about. This is people's aspirations, their hard work. This is life itself. So when we say, when we tell people that they're being sentimental, when they are told that there has been fuel increase, there is a price hike, or democracy is having some issues, or there is some problem with the rule of law, and we call people sentimental, we are discouraging said young people from being interested, because you're saying their sentiments don't matter, and it does matter. You can't call people sentimental because they care about things that are happening right in their faces. NYSC not getting paid is not sentimental. Fuel price and economic hardship is not sentimental. Don't discourage young people by calling them sentimental and uninterested and unintelligent. No, this is serious business, sir. So you must understand and respect. You must respect. No, seriously, sir. We must respect people's feelings. Let's respect people's feelings. You probably know a few things better. You can teach, but don't bring down people's intelligence just trying to, pass your own information. Please, sir.
You see, I
beg you. I beg you.
The parties in River State, the State Assembly members and the governor should shield their salt. They should try and shield their salt for the interest of people of River State. You get what I'm saying?
I agree.
They should shield their salt because the pivot of democracy is the House of Assembly.
So you think that Fubara might actually make peace with his boss?
Definitely.
Okay.
You need to.
Okay.
The pivot of democracy is the House of Assembly. And you cannot tell me that democracy is being practiced when the Assembly is on that fire. The Supreme Court said it, that the House of Assembly is in shutter. The government accepted that. The House of Assembly is making things extremely difficult for people of River State. The House of Assembly was brought down. They could not sit. The 7 members of the House of Assembly could not sit. The budget could not pass. The governor cannot work on any budget. So that's the problem. And you are telling me that the House is in order. No. we have to understand what democracy is all about. Democracy is not just what we think it is. It has to be practiced according to how it is. The three arms of democracy must be effectively functional. If one is dysfunctional, it is not democracy.
Oh, okay, something went on right there. Sorry about that, but I have 5 minutes to go. You can still join me. Do you think that situations might reverse in River State? A lot of people believe that this administrator business is going to stand the test of time. Good morning to you.
Barrister, I'm calling from Enugu.
You're welcome, Barrister.
You see, when we talk, it's not as if we don't know what we are saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we should be objective in what we are saying. You cannot tell me that what coppers are going through, they wouldn't talk, and because you feel they are coppers, therefore they shouldn't complain. You see, it's like somebody who is crying that his mother went to farm. Do you know what somebody whose mother has died, what he's going through? Those coppers, for a student to come to that level, they've gone a lot of processes to come to that level. And that little money given to them is what they are relying on. The moment the money is not coming, it's always hell. And with what inflation has done, that money, even if it's given to them, it cannot stand anywhere. We know about it. And they can't have an opportunity to engage in other services that can make them sustain it. Let's just admit that. Understand? Is that passing through difficulties, and we have to support them in whichever way we can. Government should look at that program and increase and see how they can increase their allowance and see how they can assist them to do the service to the fatherland. That's number one. Number two, we were talking about River State. At times we forget where this case started. So the House of Assembly defected. This is where this problem started. If they have not defected to another party, it would have been a different scenario. On their own, voluntarily, they were never pushed out of PDP. They left PDP on their own, made a deposition. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still questioning that deposition they made, that they have defected to another party. So, having done that, and the Supreme Court, in their own wisdom, in previous cases, said the moment a person left the party upon which he was elected and defected to another party, loses his seat. What is there any ambiguity on this thing? It's just because, like what Jonathan said, when the leaders are not ready to do the right thing, they will close their eyes and do whatever thing they like as it suits them. But time shall tell. With time, all those things will be corrected. I think the media should focus so much on judges. I'm a lawyer, and the attention should be on judges. Mainly on Supreme Court.
Okay.
Let attention be put there so that they let them know that Nigerians are watching what they are doing.
Okay.
They let them know that the Nigerians are losing faith on daily basis on our judicial system. You saw what Peter Obi said. He said, if it were to be now, you wouldn't have been a governor. He didn't give anybody dime. The Supreme Court then decided his case on merit, and he became a governor. You understand?
Yes.
It's a remarkable thing. Today, you saw what Obasanjo said. Why is democracy failing? It's failing because judiciary, which should have been the benchmark that will have corrected all these abnormalities from the politicians, appear to be compromised and are becoming complicit in it. So everything we can no longer determine where we are going. But if the judiciary stands on its rule and what it is known and what is believed to be, all these things will not happen. I'm just telling you.
Please round up. I need to hurry up.
I'm calling on media to put more attention on the judiciary.
We will. Thank you. I wish you had called earlier, but we will continue this conversation tomorrow. Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much for calling the program. If I wasn't able to pick up your call this morning, I'm so sorry. Please do well to join us again tomorrow morning. This program comes to you every weekday from Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. till 10. We are talking politics. We're talking Nigeria. We're talking your life and mine. Pay attention. Be interested because, if you're not paying attention, you might as well just forget about it, right? But you must pay attention. And while you're paying attention, think and try to navigate what is happening. You're not hearing this so that you will feel bad. You're not listening to this so that you will feel sorry for yourself or sigh away and say, no, it's so that you can be encouraged to not slow down, to be encouraged to make decisions, to be encouraged to know how to navigate. All right, it helps you to see ahead of what's happening and helps your decision making, and that's the best that we can do for each other at this point. Continue to be good to yourself and to the people around you. Maybe if we continue to do that, we'll be able to spread enough love that will awaken us to redeem ourselves and to relieve ourselves of the things that ail us. My name is Mavis Atudume. Try to have a beautiful day while you're out there today. Good morning.